Hello. How has the pandemic affected you and your work? If you are working from home rather than in the office, what are your needs now? If you're working in the office, how has the pandemic affected you and your work? In this video, we will be addressing all of these questions and many more. This video is brought to you by Benchmark Portal, the world's best source for contact center training and benchmarking. I'm Bruce Belfiore, CEO of Benchmark Portal. We originally produced this video in immediate response to the pandemic, and while the pandemic itself may now be our new normal, there are still many challenges that workers face when transitioning into or away from working at home. We believe this video will be helpful to you when facing these types of challenges and changes. Note that the content of this video is actually a supplemental module from our full Contact Center Agent Certification course that we offer along with many other courses for contact center professionals. You can find a link to these courses down below. Also, please take a moment to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. This helps us to produce and deliver more video content for our contact center community. And feel free to share this video with coworkers or anyone else you feel this may be helpful to. So, let's get started. This supplemental module has been created especially for those who have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, both those who were forced to leave their offices and work from home at short notice, and those who have continued to work from the office but who face a very different environment than the one they were accustomed to before the pandemic. These include concepts that should be of value for agents also who were already working from home. Your lives were not disrupted in the same way as your colleagues who were working in the office before the pandemic. However, you are now working in a disrupted environment. So it's good to think about what your colleagues are experiencing. We hope the concepts presented here will prove useful to all who take this module. The objectives of the module are to highlight the impact of pandemics and emergencies on your center and you as an agent and as a human being. We'll talk about optimal ways to react and specific actions that you can take. We will look at the situation of those who remain in the office during the pandemic and those who are or become at-home agents. Ways to remain connected will be discussed, as will ways to grow professionally in at-home positions. Note that you will see overlap in topics between this module on pandemics and other modules, in particular, the module on at-home agents. Naturally, there'll be a different spin for crisis situations as compared with steady-state situations. As a contact center agent, you're not the manager, but you do need to take responsibility for managing yourself. This is especially true in an emergency situation like a pandemic, where individual responsibility is so important. Rather than allowing events to wash over you and create emotions that will not help create successful outcomes, you need to take charge of your emotions. It is important to recognize, on a conscious level, how you and others are feeling about the situation, and to recognize how you and others are reacting. Are these reactions helpful or destructive? Keep in mind that there may be a big strain on technical resources, and that processes and procedures may have to be changed on the fly. It can feel very disruptive. Your management may have a limited range of options. Through all of this, the resilience of all employees, especially frontline agents such as you, is key to successfully dealing with the situation. So here are some suggestions if your center is hit with a pandemic or hit with a hurricane, tornado, or other disaster. Take a deep breath and center yourself through meditation, exercise, or whatever works for you. Be realistic. You already know life is uncertain. Be ready to absorb some bumps that will come along. Anticipate and be open to changes that may be required in your processes, your procedures, and your technology. It's likely that some or most of your customers calling in and writing in are also under strain. Have empathy for them. Consciously set aside your worries and focus on the issues your customers bring to you. Similarly, have some empathy for your beleaguered bosses and your concerned colleagues. Remember, your bosses are human too, dealing with the same fears and unplanned changes that you are. So maybe cut them a bit of slack. After all, you're all in this situation together. Then be the best that you can be under the circumstances. It may seem difficult to perform normally under abnormal circumstances. Well, do the best you can to act as if this is normal. Relax and perform for your customers just as you would want them to perform for you if the shoe were on the other foot. While you're getting outside of yourself and focusing on your customers while working, do not forget about taking care of yourself after hours. Your physical and emotional health are important, as are the physical health and the emotional health of your family members. Don't neglect these important things. People talk about being a hero in a crisis. Remember, in this sort of context, being a hero does not mean not being afraid or not feeling disrupted. Rather, it means having the maturity and the character to acknowledge your feelings, but then rise above them so as to contribute to an optimal outcome. If you remain in your offices during a pandemic, then your company will likely have a complete list of items, instructions, and suggestions regarding hygiene, including social spacing, use of face masks, use of sanitizer on hands, as well as work surfaces. Follow management instructions on properly handling and sanitizing your equipment. Keep this in mind. Social spacing, not shaking hands, and the like is not something that you or your colleagues may find comes naturally. In fact, it's a behavior that goes against natural instincts and even goes against the norms of politeness that your parents went to great pains to teach you. Well, when your supervisors coach you on these matters, it's coaching that will save lives, so do it. Some offices will put tape on the floor to remind people about social spacing and will put up walls or plexiglass dividers and remove furniture and chairs from break rooms. Coffee pots and water coolers may be covered or removed. This is for your own good. Not fun, but necessary. If there are additional housekeeping staff working to sanitize your office environment on an ongoing basis, be sure to thank them for their service. Expressing sincere gratitude amidst emergencies is uplifting for both sides. Also, note that even if you are in the office, many of your closest colleagues may be working from home. It's natural to miss them. Find ways to connect with them so your relationship continues through this period. If you're suddenly working from home, you will probably have detailed input from your company on technology and procedures. In many cases, your operations may have experience with at-home agents that goes back a long time, so there is a base of experience to draw from. You will need to go up the learning curve on technology and procedures quickly yourself, so that the transition is as smooth as possible. Remember that security and confidentiality are not only a matter of technology, they are also a matter of your professionality. Adhere to laws, to your company rules, and to proper ethics regarding confidential information that you handle while on the phone. Customer identification and information must not become the subject of casual conversation around the dinner table. In this vein, it's worthwhile to think about what it means for you to be a responsible professional working from home. You will want a clean, quiet workspace that is free of distractions. After all, your customers deserve your full attention. This may require some getting used to, especially if your family members are also confined to the same living space. You may need to negotiate with children who are at home from school in particular, letting them know that you need to focus on your work during certain times, and promising to devote your attention to them when you are off work. If they are old enough, make them understand that this is part of the sacrifice they are making, just as everyone is making sacrifices in the situation. If certain family situations arise that make it impossible for you to fill a shift, be sure to talk with your supervisor. Policies may be different during a crisis. This may be a situation where you want to request shift swapping, perhaps with someone who does not have children at home. Or you may be able to get split shifts so that you are logged on at different times of the day that meet your center's needs and your at-home life needs. A big challenge for some people who have been thrust quickly into at-home situations is staying connected. Most of the points you see here are also discussed in our module for all at-home agents, not just those who are thrust into the role by the pandemic. However, the agent who is thrust into the position with little warning would do well to give special thought to these points. For example, keep in mind that managers will be trying to maintain contact and morale. You may like some of these initiatives, while others you may like less, but make a special effort to respond positively to these attempts. Also, be sure to read and listen to official communications. When you were in the office, the communication was easier. Now you need to make the effort to really read and understand the communications that are sent. If you have questions or suggestions, send them politely to your supervisor. The same is true for virtual team meetings. Always attend and always be on time. Be ready to share video of yourself and listen to and contribute as appropriate. These meetings are important because they help provide the human connection that is lost when you are working from home. Adhere to proper e-meeting etiquette. Put yourself on mute when you're not speaking, speak clearly when you are, and give your colleagues your full attention. Coaching sessions become even more precious and important in a virtual situation, but they can also be more strange at first. Make the most of these opportunities and work with your coach to document them and track items that will improve your professional performance as an agent. Some managers report that they have increased face time with their people when working from a remote environment. Be open to this on your part. Also, maintain connection with your colleagues through informal virtual meetings. At their best, these informal meetings will counteract feelings of isolation. They will go beyond business and focus on social interaction. They will encourage sharing and will foster positive engagement among colleagues. Avoid using these sessions just to gripe. Ultimately, you want to be an element that helps everyone's emotional well-being and sense of connectedness. Everyone is under stress, and you want to watch out for signs of loneliness in your colleagues. As I said, these are concepts that apply equally to agents who are normally at home. If you are an agent who has been thrust into the at-home role overnight, you'll need to go up the learning curve quickly. It may feel weird at first, but it's worth it. Finally, a couple of additional thoughts. In an emergency, think of yourself as part of the enterprise team. I use the words enterprise team and not simply company team, because this word applies whether you're working for a company or you're working for a government agency or a nonprofit. You need to pull with the team you're on and make things work. Flexibility within teams can be crucial. Just as sports teams will make corrections on the fly, the same is true with an enterprise in emergency mode. One nonprofit call center I know had excess capacity due to reduced call volumes. Another department had a large backlog of emails to answer. The call center loaned agents to the department needing help. This was great, an opportunity to help the enterprise team, and an opportunity for professional broadening and growth for the center's agents across functional silos. It was a win-win. Also, bring that same thoughtfulness and flexibility to the process of re-entry when the time comes for temporary at-home agents to return to the office. This may be done in stages, and whether you are among the first or the last, take management's instructions to heart regarding social distancing or other. Finally, continue to attend to your emotional and psychological well-being throughout the process. Avoid drama and stay calm. You will have come through a very trying time. So, stay strong, stay safe, stay well, care for yourself and for others. Best wishes to you. We do hope this video was helpful to you. We'd love to hear your thoughts or any suggestions for future videos that would be helpful to you in your work or in your growth as a contact center professional. So please feel free to comment below. Also, keep in mind that this is just a small excerpt from our full Contact Center Agent Certification course, which offers comprehensive content for contact center agents such as yourself. If you're interested in more information on this or any of our training and certification courses, please click on the link posted in the comments below. Finally, we'd appreciate it if you'd click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. This helps us to grow and provide helpful content to our contact center community. And please be sure to share this video with your coworkers or anyone else you may know who works in a contact center or call center environment. So, thanks for watching. I'm Bruce Belfiore, wishing you health and great satisfaction in your work as a contact center agent.